At the beginning of the story, we are introduced to two brothers. The elder brother's name is Will. Because it is raining outside, Will makes a paper boat and gives it to his younger brother so he can play. The younger brother goes out into the rain with the paper boat. While playing, the boat is carried away by flowing water and disappears into a sewer. When the child goes closer to the sewer to retrieve his boat, we see Pennywise for the first time. Pennywise calls the child toward him, pretending to return the boat. As soon as the child comes near, Pennywise brutally bites off his arm. After this horrifying incident, the child goes missing, and no one knows where he is or what happened to him. Everyone believes he is missing. After this, we are introduced to a boy named Mike, who lives in a slaughterhouse with his family. He is ordered to kill a sheep as part of the family business, but he is unable to do it because he is scared. Still, he is forced to participate. Next, we see children at school, including a girl named Beverly, who is often bullied by her classmates. The children are excited because summer vacation has begun. At the same time, a woman arrives in town searching for her missing child. We are also introduced to Henry, a very ill-mannered and violent boy who constantly bullies Will and his friends. We see Ben, who is Beverly's close friend. They share a strong friendship. When Will returns home from school, his father scolds him harshly. Will believes his younger brother is still alive somewhere in the sewer system. But his father insists that his brother is dead and tells Will to stop searching, as it deeply hurts his mother. Later, while delivering meat, Mike discovers a strange door. From behind it, he hears terrifying screams, and ghostly hands suddenly appear. The door opens on its own, and Mike comes face to face with Pennywise. Before anything worse happens, Henry and his friends arrive and brutally bully Mike before leaving. Meanwhile, one of Will's friends goes into his father's office and sees a terrifying painting of a woman. The painting comes to life and scares him deeply. Once again, this is Pennywise, using fear to terrorize the children. Will and his friends continue searching the sewer for his brother, but find only another child's shoe. Ben, meanwhile, is at the library reading about the dark history of Derry. He discovers that people in the town have mysteriously died or disappeared in cycles throughout history. While reading, Ben sees a red balloon that only he can see. As he follows it, he encounters horrifying visions, including a half-burned, decapitated man. Terrified, Ben runs away. Outside, Henry and his gang catch Ben and violently attack him, carving the letter H into his stomach. When Ben begs passing adults for help, they ignore him. Inside one car, Ben sees a red balloon, indicating that even adults are under Pennywise's influence. Somehow, Ben escapes with his life. Later, Will and his friends enter the sewer again. Ben, badly injured, joins them. One of Will's closest friends goes deeper inside alone and sees terrifying ghosts and piles of children's belongings. Pennywise kills him. The remaining friends go to buy medicine and bandages for Ben, but don't have enough money. At the same store, Beverly helps them, and she later joins their group. They invite her to go to a nearby lake. At home, Beverly's father behaves in a disturbing and inappropriate way toward her. Emotionally broken, Beverly cuts her hair and leaves. At the lake, the group enjoys a rare moment of happiness and friendship. Later, they visit Ben's house, where he shows them his research about Derry. He explains that people have been disappearing for years, often leaving behind blood-stained clothes near wells, but no one ever knows how or why they died. All signs point to something evil behind these events. Finally, we see Eddie, another friend, walking home after school. He stops near an old abandoned house to take his medicine. He hears strange voices coming from inside. When his medicine falls from his hand, fear overwhelms him. Suddenly, a disgusting and sick-looking man appears and begins terrifying Eddie, slowly luring him toward the house. Eddie panics and runs away from the house. While running, he suddenly sees Pennywise standing there. Terrified, Eddie escapes from the place and manages to save his life. Later, when Beverly returns home, she finds a poetry card. She goes into the bathroom to read it in private. While reading, she suddenly hears children screaming from inside the bathroom walls. Curious and scared, Beverly puts a measuring tape into a small hole in the wall. When she pulls it out, it is covered in blood, and there is human hair stuck to it. Suddenly, the same hair tightly grabs Beverly's hands and begins pulling her toward the hole. A massive amount of blood bursts out from the walls, covering the entire bathroom and Beverly herself. Hearing her screams, her father rushes in, but shockingly, he acts as if nothing is wrong. He cannot see any blood at all. Meanwhile, Will deeply misses his younger brother. One day he senses someone's presence and notices footprints. Following them, he finds a flip book. When he flips through it, he sees images of his younger brother, which fills him with hope. Suddenly he sees his brother in front of him, who emotionally manipulates Will and takes him into the basement. But then the brother turns into a monster, and Pennywise appears and attacks Will, just in time. Will escapes and saves his life. The next morning, Beverly calls all her friends to her house and shows them the bathroom. This time, all the children can clearly see the blood everywhere. Beverly realizes that her father couldn't see it because Pennywise only shows these horrors to children. Together, they clean the bathroom. Afterward, the group discusses everything and realizes that something very wrong is happening in Derry. They agree that the Joker-like man is not human. Suddenly, they notice Henry's car and Mike's bicycle nearby. Fearing for Mike, they rush to help him. Henry and his gang are brutally beating Mike and forcing him to eat raw meat. At that moment, Mike sees Pennywise in the bushes, eating a child's arm and smiling at him horrifyingly. Just then, Will and his friends arrive and attack Henry's group with stones, saving Mike. Later, while looking at missing children posters, Ben explains what he has learned about Derry. He reveals that every 27 years, children mysteriously disappear in the town. These events continue for a while, then suddenly stop, only to begin again exactly 27 years later. They realize that something awakens every 27 years, hunts children, and then goes back into hiding. They also understand that the creature takes the form of whatever a child fears most, and since most children are afraid of clowns, it appears as Pennywise. Will takes everyone to his house and shows them a map of Derry. Studying it closely, they discover that all the places where children disappeared are connected through underground sewer lines. All the drains lead to the same place, an old well beneath the abandoned house. They finally realize that Pennywise lives there. Eddie becomes terrified and wants to stop everything. Suddenly, the projector in the room turns on by itself, and the images begin changing rapidly. The children see horrifying visions, including images of Will's younger brother. Pennywise then appears and terrifies them all before disappearing. Despite the fear, Will decides they must go to the old house and face Pennywise. He explains that if they don't stop it now, this cycle will continue forever, and more children, including one of them, could become victims. The group agrees and follows him. Inside the house, Pennywise creates terrifying visions and separates them. Eddie sees the sick man again, panics and falls from a height, seriously injuring himself. Richie gets locked inside a room filled with clown dolls, where Pennywise appears. Just before Richie is harmed, Will breaks in and saves him. Pennywise then attacks Eddie, but Will and Richie intervene. Beverly strikes Pennywise in the head with a metal rod, badly injuring him. Even so, Pennywise continues to terrify them and wounds Ben with his sharp claws. But now all the children stand together. Weak and injured, Pennywise retreats into the well. The children escape and survive. Will promises that they will return one day fully prepared and finish Pennywise. However, everyone except Beverly refuses. Fear has taken over them. Richie tells Will that his brother is dead, which enrages Will, and they get into a fight. The group breaks apart. Beverly tries to explain that Pennywise wants them separated because he is afraid of their unity, but no one listens. Finally, we see a red balloon floating near Henry's mailbox, hinting that Pennywise has now turned his attention toward Henry. This red balloon is a sign that Pennywise is nearby. When Henry opens the box near his house, he finds a knife inside. This is the same knife he once used while chasing Ben in the jungle. As soon as Henry holds the knife, he completely comes under Pennywise's control. Pennywise starts mentally torturing Henry and forces him to kill his own father. Henry struggles internally, but when his father is asleep, Henry finally murders him. At the same time, Beverly's father becomes extremely aggressive and tries to force himself on her. Beverly kicks him away and runs into the bathroom, locking the door. Her father breaks the door and enters, but to save herself, Beverly hits him on the head and knocks him unconscious. Later, Will goes to Beverly's house looking for her. Inside, he finds Pennywise's message written on the wall, along with signs of violence. The message reads, "You'll die if you try." Will realizes that Pennywise has taken Beverly. He gathers all his friends again, and they reunite to save her. This time, they return to the old house fully prepared, carrying weapons and determined to face Pennywise together. Meanwhile, Beverly regains consciousness when drops of blood fall on her face. She finds herself inside the sewer, surrounded by a huge pile of garbage, with the dead bodies of children floating in the air. She tries to escape, but Pennywise suddenly attacks her. Instead of panicking, Beverly gathers her courage and stands her ground. Seeing that Beverly is no longer afraid, Pennywise reveals his true form, the terrifying deadlights. The sight is so horrifying that Beverly immediately loses consciousness. The boys climb down into the well to rescue her. When it is Mike's turn, Henry suddenly attacks him, trying to kill him. In self-defense, Mike pushes Henry into the well. As the group moves forward, one of their friends gets separated. Pennywise attacks him in the form of a terrifying woman, but before he can kill him, the others arrive and Pennywise retreats. Will then sees his younger brother again and follows him, reaching the exact place where Beverly is being held. Beverly is floating unconscious in the air. Will tries to pull her down but fails. The others join him, but nothing works. Then Ben hugs Beverly with deep emotion because he truly loves her. That emotional connection breaks Pennywise's control, and Beverly regains consciousness. Pennywise once again appears as Will's younger brother and emotionally manipulates him, asking Will to take him home. Crying, Will says, "I know you're not my brother." He shoots Pennywise. Enraged, Pennywise attacks them and says, "The more you fear me, the stronger I become." He offers them a deal. He will spare their lives if they give him Beverly, after which he will feed and go back to sleep for 27 years. But the children refuse. All of them stand together and attack Pennywise as one. Pennywise tries to scare them using their deepest fears, but this time it doesn't work. The children are no longer afraid. Now Pennywise becomes the one who is afraid. United, the children beat and injure Pennywise badly. Defeated and weakened, Pennywise retreats and goes back into hiding, forced to sleep for another 27 years, hungry and injured. With this, the movie comes to an end. Thanks for watching.